I'm going to show you a trick. Yeah, that's not going to be like a regular pick a card trick. It's going to be one that's in your head. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that I've got a deck of cards in a box and I'm about to show you this trick. And as I hold the box like this, a bunch of cards flings out the box and they fall on the floor, right? Now it just so happens that half the deck falls on the floor and half the deck stays in the box. So which half fell on the floor, the black cards or the red cards? The black cards, right? Okay. So we look down at all these black cards and funnily enough, some are facing up and some are facing down because they've scattered to the floor. But they've separated again in a really weird way. So which cards are facing up? The black picture cards or the black number cards? Black number cards, right. Okay, well that's cool, that's fine, because there's still the black picture cards that are face down, right, that I can't see. So you reach over and you grab one of these face down cards and you pick it up and you have a look at it, right? Now which black picture card is it that you are looking at? The King of Clubs, you say? Now, I haven't actually showed you this, but I have got something in my hand. I have a playing card, and it is the King of Clubs. Oh yeah, that's how we roll. And to be honest, that was not a force, that was a switch, so hey, don't even want you thinking that. But this is my process for Equiv-Okay, okay? It leads you from a whole deck down to just 6 cards. Well, technically it's 8, but it's only 8 if the person's being a dick, right? Because what you have is you get down to the 6 picture cards. Now, the reason why I say 8 is because I once had somebody say an ace, because they claimed the ace was a picture card. I claimed they were a dick and changed my handling to include the aces. So now, essentially, what you have is a really nice visualization process. Because if you know Equiv-Okay or Equivoque or Magician's Choice, whatever you want to call it, right? If you know, then you know the limitations, you know how sketchy it can feel, right? Even if you don't use the words like pick or choose, something like that, if the wording's ambiguous, then people feel like they don't know exactly where it's going, okay? One of the ways to get around this is to do it kind of like as a mental image. And what I mean by that is exactly what I've just said to you. See, this is a little process that requires just very quick switching as to what they say. But everything that they say sounds quite realistic and normal, okay? You have the first process is you're going to show a magic trick, the cards are in the box. Now, as you show the box, half the cards fall out, all right? Now, which fall out? By the way, I'm always going to go down to these 6 black picture cards, okay? That's what I'm gunning for here, and I'll show you why. But yeah, you say, what fall out? The reds or the blacks? Which half? And they say the reds. If they say the reds, you go, that's fine, because you still got all the black here, okay? So I take the black cards out of the box to do the trick with, and I realise some of the cards are facing up and some are facing down. I have not set this trick up right, have I? And then you can say, which cards are facing up? The black picture cards or the black number cards? If they say the black number cards are facing up, you go, great, okay, because there's still the black picture cards face down that I can't see. So reach out, pretend to grab any one of these. Which one are you looking at? All right, so it feels very natural, okay? Now, if it went slightly differently, they could have the blacks in the box and then you say, we'll spread them out. Which cards are facing up, the black picture cards or the black number cards? If they say the black picture cards, you say, okay, well, that's great. So you're going to scan across every one of these picture cards that's staring you in the face and you're just going to think of one of them. Which one stands out to you the most? All right, so there's your process if they stay in the box. If they fall on the floor, like I said in the original demonstration, if they fall on the floor, you go, that's great. So as they fall to the floor, because you're continuing that pattern, okay, so these have fallen to the floor and so the box isn't even thought about anymore. You're kind of like just, you're going on this journey, right? So they fell on the floor. Well, which ones fell face up and which ones fell face down? Okay, was it the black picture cards that are facing up or the black number cards that are facing up? And then they can say, if they say the black number cards facing up, then you say, well, that's cool because there's still the black picture cards face down that I can't see. So you reach out, you grab one, which one is it? Okay, but if they are face up, the black picture cards are face up, then again, you say the whole, well, why don't you scan across, if you can see all these black picture cards, right? then which one stands out to you the most? Which one is the one twinkling at you? Okay, so then it just seems like a visualization process, but it's all ambiguous without being suspicious. All right, so yeah, that is my Equiv-Okay process. I love doing it. It's a fun little thing to do, and it's easy to do around tables and to reset. And if you want to use like a mystery box, then you can do that, because I'm about to share with you what it is that I have in my pocket. And what I have in my pocket is a little mini index that I've just built out of playing cards. This is how it works. Actually, let's make sure that this is in focus. So I'm going to stand back here because I know I'm on cinematic view. So yeah, this is how it works. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. And this side is the spades and this side is the clubs. Okay, I just memorized that because I'm like spades closer to my body, clubs further away as it sits in my pocket. Now, because somebody once said aces, I flipped around on the back and I put one on the back here, which has got the aces here. All right. And this is just made out of playing cards. I stuck 2 kind of vertical and I trimmed them down to be the width of a playing card. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 that I've just trimmed a little bit off and stuck down on, and then stuck and then stuck. So I start with the top one, stick that, the middle one, and then the bottom one. And then the same at the back. And I've just taped it all up just to secure it and to make it, just for me, look a little bit nicer. Not that it needs to be, but yeah, that's the thing. So in my pocket, I know I can start with 1 card in my hand. By the way, that's what I did do. I started with a card in my hand. If you're interested in learning that switch, you can check out my switch project, which I will leave a link down below. There'll be a link in my in the email that you clicked on from here as well. So yeah, that's how this is actually one of the things I teach on Switch. There's a whole ton of other stuff, but hey, this isn't a sales pitch for Switch. If you want it, just go and buy it, yeah? So, so yeah, that's Jack, Queen, King. And I'll start with one of the queens in my hand usually if I'm performing to lay people. If I'm performing to magicians, I'll start with a jack in my hand, okay? Because they're much more likely to go for a jack for some reason. And it's usually the jack of clubs, not the jack of spades, right? But it doesn't matter anyway. So I have this in my hand. It allows me to gesture, it allows me, I can thumb palm it if I want, do a bit like do, but it's there ready to do this switch, okay? But if they name the queen of spades, brilliant, bazinga, I've got it right here, okay? So in my pocket, I just have my fingers on like these two. I make sure that I can feel them first. I like to kind of like put them at an angle so that I can feel the corners, because I feel I can feel a corner much better than I can feel something like a step. All right, so I'm just here on these two, and I also can feel the king. If I want, my thumb can be at the back, so I've got all the clubs ready to go straight away. And then if I need to get the jack of spades, I just extend that finger across to the jack, and then I can reposition grab. If I need to get the king, I can reposition across and grab, and then pull up. And again on the back with the ace, I can just go and go, boom. All right, so I'm there, literally ready to get any of them out. Now, if you want, you could just have that in your pocket, and then you could go into maybe something else, like loading that card underneath their watch once you've retrieved it. You could go into having it loaded into like an envelope in your wallet. Whatever you want to do. I wouldn't recommend just taking your hand out your pocket and going like, oh, there it is, because that's not really magic. But you could easily have a mystery box or something like that on the table. So that is my little Equiv-Okay process. Hope you like it. And obviously, if you learn Switch, you don't need any of those boxes, because you can have it right here, and then you've got a sleight of hand technique that you can use forever. But again, this isn't a sales pitch for Switch. Much. Well, yeah, there you go. Enjoy.